Hola mi gente and welcome back to the channel. This is Sean from We Are Investing, a channel that is dedicated in investing and personal finance. So on this video, we are going to be talking about the cryptocurrency market because right now it is absolutely crashing. Take a look at the coin market cap. Today, the global crypto market cap is at $1.94 trillion. It is down 7% in just one day. Take a look at the 7-day performance for Bitcoin, down 28%. For Ethereum, down 23%. For Binance Coin, down 28%. Cardano is up 7%. Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency of the people, the cryptocurrency I like the most right now, is down 10%. Let's talk about what's going on with the crypto markets. Let's take a look at the charts and let's take a look at some news. Before we do that, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so that you can join the community. You can join the We Are Investing gang. And when you ring that bell, YouTube will notify you when I release new videos so that you can stay in tune with the stock market and the cryptocurrency market as well. You can also join the Patreon, which will give you access to a Discord server of over 500 investors where we discuss opportunities each and every day. And also right now, we are running a portfolio challenge. I'm challenging all members to open up a $1,000 portfolio and turn that $1,000 into $10,000. The first person to do so will win a prize. But when we join our efforts together, we will identify opportunities that are suitable for a small portfolio, and hopefully we can make that portfolio blast off and get great returns. So one of the first things in the news cycle, I'm going to pull up a couple articles and try to tie everything together, is that China is cracking down on cryptocurrencies, saying speculative trading seriously infringing on financial order. And if we scroll down on this article, we can see that in a joint statement Tuesday, 3 Chinese industry groups overseeing the financial sector announced that bank and payment institutions cannot conduct business related to cryptocurrencies, specifically banning a slew of activities including cryptocurrency registration, trading, clearing, and settlement. The guideline, which reiterates a previous ban from 2017, so this isn't new, but it's a reiteration and more regulation, also bar financial institutions from accepting or using cryptocurrencies in payments or settlements, developing digital currency exchange services, and offering any such service to clients. The group that is coming up with this regulation specifically laid into the cryptocurrencies market massive volatility, saying digital tokens have no real support value and prices that are extremely easy to manipulate. The value of the world's cryptocurrencies dropped about $50 billion or 2.5% immediately after this announcement. And that pushes the week's staggering losses to roughly $500 billion from a Wednesday high above $2.5 trillion. We right now are at $1.94 trillion. So about more than half, just slightly more than $500 billion has been wiped off of the market cap over the last couple of days. Now, China is a huge player in the cryptocurrency market, especially when it comes to Bitcoin. If you take a look at this page, the Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index, you can see that China takes up 65%. 65% of all Bitcoin that is mined in China, and it's really only mined in a few locations. And a lot of that is off of dirty energy, not clean energy. And right now, that is a topic of discussion, and that is why Elon is pulling back on Bitcoin, and I expect other people are going to follow. There are going to be a lot of businesses that do not want to conduct business in Bitcoin because of ESG measures. I know a lot of investors that have been watching this channel heard about ESG and how important that is for stocks moving forward, how important that is for companies moving forward. And if Bitcoin starts to look like not a safe ESG play, then a lot of companies are going to pull back from Bitcoin, and that could ultimately really hurt Bitcoin. And that is why I'm looking at cryptocurrencies like Dogecoin right now because of its popularity and also because how much energy is needed per transaction. It is much less than Bitcoin and Ethereum. On top of that, just a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, Peter Thiel called Bitcoin a Chinese financial weapon at a virtual roundtable. He said, "I do wonder at this point, Bitcoin should also be thought of as part of a Chinese financial weapon against the United States." He said this during a virtual event held for members of the Richard Nixon Foundation. It threatens fiat money, but especially threatens the US dollar. He added, if China's long Bitcoin, perhaps from a geopolitical perspective, the US should be asking some tougher questions about exactly how that works. So there's a lot going on right now with the cryptocurrency market. There's a lot of bad news, and also there was a lot of froth in the cryptocurrency market. And speaking about that froth, I'm sure you know what's happening with all these altcoins and all this money that is being thrown around in the cryptocurrency market. And usually that is a recipe for disaster. Also, a survey from Bank of America came out today, and being long Bitcoin is now the world's most crowded trade. And when things get crowded, there is usually a lot of downside. And usually when things are crowded, you're at the top and it's time to sell. But let's take a look at the chart for Bitcoin and for Dogecoin and for Ethereum to see if we are heading towards a support, what's going on from a technical analysis perspective, because a lot of what happens in the cryptocurrency market is solely based on technicals. All right, so if we take a look at the chart for Bitcoin, these are one-day candles. We can see that we had a high of around $65,000. We hit a support at around $50,000. We bounced, and then on May 10th, around May 10th, we started this downtrend. We blew past this support. We blew past another support at $45,000, and we just blew past another support at around $42,000. Right now, the price of Bitcoin, let me see what it is on the 1 day. Right now, we had a daily low of 40,500. We're trading at 40,700. Going back to the 1 day chart, if we zoom in on here, where are we going to bottom out at? Well, the bottom would be around 32,000, or we could settle out at around $36,000. That would be a massive drop from the highs. If we were to go down to that price, that would be a 50% pull down. If we were to settle out at around 36, that would be a 44% pull down. And where we're at right now is a 37% pull down. Now, they say the typical pull down for Bitcoin is around 55%. Considering that, where would that put us in price for Bitcoin? If we look at the trend and we draw down 55%, that's going to put us at around $29,000, and that would correspond to the bottom of this candle here. So that would be the ultimate low, in my personal opinion, based on prior history for Bitcoin. But honestly, I don't think we're going to see a 55% pull down, but we could very well see Bitcoin in the mid 30s to low 30s. This is going to introduce a lot of selling, especially if we do not bounce quickly. Because if this support does not hold, it did not hold, but it's very close to it, so it could still bounce. But if this does not hold, there is more pain in the game for Bitcoin. Now, taking a look at Ethereum, the story is much different because Ethereum basically took off, and now we are floating with no support. The last support would be at around $2,500 for Ethereum, and that would be a very significant pullback from these highs. If we were to head back down to this pullback right here, you're talking about a 40 to 45% drawdown in Ethereum, which could happen. Let's take a look at the daily chart, the 1 day, 1 minute chart to see what's happening here. And we are heading lower. We have a session low of 3,159, and there is no indication that it's going to find a support here. So what's going to happen with Ethereum, in my personal opinion? If we take a look at the 4-hour chart, which is going to give us some more insight, we can see that we had this major uptick, right? We went from around 2,000 all the way up here, which was 104% increase. We can use the Fibonacci retracement, draw down 50% of that, and see where that puts us at. And that would put us at around let's do this Fibonacci retracement of 50%. We are below that right now. So the next spot would be a 75% retracement of the Fibonacci retracement, and that's going to correspond with the high of this candle at around 2,600. That is going to be a lot of pain in the game for Ethereum. This thing needs to find a support, and it needs to find it fast. I do not like the chart for Ethereum right now, and I would look to take profits if you are up from these lows. If you are not up, I would consider selling and getting back in, unless your horizon is very, very long term, which it probably is if it's crypto. But from a trading perspective, from the technical analysis perspective, this thing is heading down, and it needs to find a support to change the narrative. Now, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, even though Dogecoin has been dropping, the chart looks so much better because we have supports we can go off of. We can still consider this a support here at around 40 cents. And that's going to correspond to this grouping here. And below that, we have some chart to work with as well, where we can look at the 30-cent range. Now, Dogecoin on the daily actually bounced at 43 cents, which is quite surprising given the volatility and the price action of Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, which are still dropping massively. So this is actually looking quite bullish for Dogecoin, considering a day where the entire market is freaking out. Dogecoin is dropping, but it's found a support on the daily, and it still has support back out a couple of weeks to go off of, which is a good sign for Dogecoin in my personal opinion. But that pretty much wraps it up for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that bell, and smashing that like button. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And this is We Are Investing. And together, we are invincible. See ya.